around 80% of the entire money flowing left and right, it's controlled by computer programs, algorithms. So if you're thinking it's humans behind the desk, that's the old, very, very old days. So what this means is, even though humans can have directions and plans, they will always execute differently. Computers do not. Computers have a footprint. Computers do it in a certain way that is always the same given the rules. So if 80% of the market is controlled by algorithms, the way we should look into reading the market is finding how the algorithm is structured. So having said that, the biggest algorithm in the world is by BlackRock. BlackRock has around 9 trillion of assets under management. That's bigger than the GDP of certain countries. So it's a very, very, very big thing. So if you understand how the algorithm works, you can try to get a strategy according to that. And all of what's being said before has to do, what Andre was saying, has to do with the way algorithms work, because as I said, most of the trading time, it's done by algorithms. Okay, having said that, Elliott waves. You will see that price usually works in a fashion like this. Wave 1 goes back, has a retracement. Wave 3, sorry, has a retracement, and wave 5. This is the basis for price movement. Wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. After this, what happens is always a retracement in A, B, and C. And this pattern is a very important pattern because this is what creates one leg of the price, an entire macro leg. And you can see this everywhere. This pattern is absolutely everywhere. This helps us to look. Let me show you an example of this. Or maybe actually I should get a new chart so it's easy for everyone.
I really liked your current daily analysis, so maybe do that.
On this one, yeah, that okay. I can get that. I'm just worried it's too much noise. So, guys, if we start looking at price from this level around here, where everyone was calling the bottom, it can actually be the bottom. And for now, for what we know right now, this is the bottom. So if we start counting from there, was this you, Andre?
Yeah, sorry.
If we start counting from here, you can see one wave up, one wave down, one wave up, one wave down, one wave up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As I said, now we need a retracement. And this would complete a leg, meaning from here, if we are to continue this, we would have again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. So inside each one of these, we can analyze what's happening. And I'm going to forget about all this past data, and let's focus on what's happening right now. By the way, my analysis, Andre took it off. But basically, I'm thinking we are coming down on the wave 4 and then wave 5. So this is the end of my wave 3, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you're right.
It's something like this.
Yes.
Usually on Elliot wave theory, we get, when we get an extended wave 3, this one, when this one gets extended, this one, wave 5, will be shorter. If we get a shorter wave 3, then we get an extended wave 5. So in this case, we got an extended wave 3, so we expect a slightly smaller wave 5.
Which is perfect for my current analysis as well.
Okay, so going back to today, we are here. We are on this leg down. We just started the leg down. I believe we've just started the leg down. How do I know if we've finished or not the wave 3? We cannot be certain until we see a market structure shift around here. For that, right now I'm on the weekly. For that, we need to go way zoomed in into the chart and see what we have there. Right now, we had this massive drop. It broke this first. If you guys see here, this could be a break of the structure, the current structure, the buy program we were in. We were always going up, okay? And now we are pushing with thrust, with power on the other way around, okay? So this is the first signal we should look for a reversal, for a change in trend, for a market shift. All of these things mean basically the same. Other thing we could look at, and honestly I didn't, so I don't know, is this here. If there is a divergence with RSI, open interest, CVD.
Yeah, there was.
It is?
You were
Okay.
you were trying to fix that permission issue, and I talked about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So again, we have the
So it is
the
bearish,
divs.
yeah.
Yeah, we have the divs, which is another signal that we came to an end. This move came to an end.
Let me just add a little bit of info there. On all of the moves that we had, even when we had SFPs, the CVD and open interest were showing that we were either having continuation signals in terms of, like, for example, open interest increasing as well as CVD in between highs, or there was like 2 or 3 occasions where we had a short squeeze signal, but we never had a bearish signal. This is the first time.
Yeah. So this is very important because this should shift. And again, guys, this is very macro. We're looking at big time frames and looking for the general perspective of the market. Where is the market going? We've been coming up since here. Up, 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 up. Very, very small corrections. This one would be the biggest of them all, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yes, it is. 7%, if I'm not mistaken. We saw that yesterday.
So this could have been it. Actually, I believe I was thinking about it. The same thing that I'm saying about here right now
Yeah,
in
but in
retrospect.
that case, we didn't have uh,
Okay, yeah, I'm going there.
bearish divergences.
Exactly. So, guys, in retrospect, if we were here, I could have said the same thing that I'm saying right now. Okay? We're going in a buy program, meaning we're buying, buying, buying. And by we, I mean if we're smart, we're following whatever the algorithms are doing. And by the way, guys, just an interesting piece of information that you might or might not know. BlackRock, I was saying, they have almost $9 trillion on
Mm-hmm.
assets under management. BlackRock came to be in the 90s. I believe it was the early 90s.
Hmm.
The first fintech of our days. Like these days, we're all talking about these new companies that are digitizing X and Z. And in the 90s, there was this company created by a guy who was on the trading floor. And he, by the way, he wasn't a very good trader for what I've heard. But he was smart enough to understand that people are worse than computers, even in the 90s. So he managed to create an algorithm that is so good that everyone else and literally every other investment bank wanted to have a piece of it. What happened was, and this is brilliant as a business operation or business strategy, the guy could have had this algorithm for himself and he could have basically printed money all the time. Instead of doing that, he opened and licensed the algorithm to all investment banks around the world. So basically, what he did is I'm giving to my competitors my advantage, my edge.
Hmm.
But now my competitors are using something that I designed. I know how it's going to work.
So he
I know what
counter-traded it?
it's I know what it's going to do. So there's one party on the market that has an edge over everyone else. The this is incredibly important for us. Why? Because if we know how the banks are trading, and this is if you go on YouTube and listen to YouTubers. By the way, I'm not a YouTuber. I won't be a YouTuber. I'm just here with Andre to help you guys and actually learn from other people because everything I'm telling you, I've learned from other people as well. If banks are trading in a certain way, and by banks I do not mean people on a desk, on a trading desk. Yes, they do exist. Yes, you have several trading desks. Yes, you have handovers from session to session. Yes, there are times where there's more volume because humans are involved and there's more volatility. But 80% of the market is controlled by algorithms, and this is where we should focus on. If you look at this price action on the screen right now, this is engineered. This is not something that randomly exists on the markets. And a proof of this is that you can go into any asset that you want, any. You can go from crypto to stock markets, indices, forex. You will find always the same ways of delivering price, the same ways of price going up and down and having the same attitude, let's say.
Mhm.
Do you think if it was only humans trading manually, entering orders manually, that you would see this all over asset classes? It would be impossible.
Would be too
So
random.
have it would you would find way more random areas. So we have to pick up on what the algorithms are doing. all the banks are using algorithms for 80% of their trading. We need to find them out. How do we do that? Algorithms are only interested in one thing, and one thing only: liquidity. There's absolutely nothing else that interests in the market. Liquidity means money. Money means happy managers. So the only thing that interests us in this game is making money, is going after liquidity. So what's going to happen is price will find points of liquidity. All of this is liquidity to be taken. All of this is liquidity to be taken. And coming back to what I was saying, I could have thought that we are in a buy program, meaning again, algorithms are buying the price. If you see, starting from here, up and up and up and up and up and up and up, all of these are opportunities for you to enter long. And why you should enter long and only long? Because the buy program is in place. What algorithms are doing at this moment is buying whatever asset is on your screen. So if I thought we were coming to an end here, what do we need to look at? I don't know if you guys saw my post today or yesterday rather, but we need to look for market structure shift, which is what we had today. And here you could say this was the one.
Was it? That's a
I'm
close.
not.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm,
Okay.
I'm not even saying that it was or it wasn't. I'm just putting it out there because I think something that I think that is very it's really valuable for us to be talking about this is to look at it if it's the first time we're looking at the charts together.
Yeah.
And it would be actually interesting if people want to interrupt and ask questions and whatever, because I don't know if the message is passing, but you could be looking at this thinking, okay, there was this point here. This might be the structure being broken to the downside, and maybe this is the program being reprogrammed into a sell side. You could think it is. It could be. It's breaking this and it's actually closing under it. So the next thing we need to do is to see follow through. That's what we need to do. So what do I mean by follow through? We need to see the price being broken with strength. And by strength, I mean volume. And this is volume. This red candle right here is volume. Actually, we see it break the 50 EMA with volume. That's a good sign. That's a good sign if we are to be biased that we are ending a buy program and we are going to reverse into a sell program. We are always either in a buy program or a sell program. The market doesn't do anything else. Like people usually say we are on an uptrend or a downtrend or going sideways in a range. But to be incredibly honest, there's only one truth, which is we're either going up or we're either going down. Even when we're in a range to exist, we need to go up, we need to go down, we need to go up, we need to go down, we need to go up, we need to go down. This is a reversal, this is a reversal, this is a reversal, etc. and etc. You might not call this a reversal because this is micro, but price action is fractal. From the weekly to the 1 minute, 1 second, it's fractal. Wherever happens in the bigger time frames happens in the smaller time frames. Okay, going back to this scenario, we saw what we could call the market structure shift. I'm not saying it is, I'm saying we could look at this and think it is. And then we need to see follow through. We got the volume, we got the break. What do we need to see next? We need to see something like this. Price needs to come back and find some point of interest, some area around here. Tap that area and come back. And this here, guys, would be the first break of structure, which would be the confirmation that we are now in a sell program. Does this happen? First of all, I struggle to look at this curve and find a point of interest. That's number one. So you guys might look at this and think, okay, this might be it. We are coming down. I see volume. Okay, we're coming down. Now tell me, where is the point of interest here? Can someone, are you guys shy to talk with me? I really don't like to do this, talking to myself.
I'm not replying because
Yeah, not you, everyone else.
I know you like me very much, but I'm not interested in this
I'm
case.
listening, fella.
Yeah,
Go
I
on.
got I see mitigated wicks.
That
You-
top wick.
I heard something interesting. You said what? You see mitigated what?
Wicks.
Mitigated
Yeah, that
Wix
That's not
mitigated price. And
Yeah.
someone said about this one here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But let me see something. If I come here and look at the 50%, we're done. So for me, I wouldn't look at this. That's number one. It's already 50% mitigated. Game over.
yeah,
So-
no, I can see it now. I've zoomed in. I couldn't see it wick.
Okay, sorry. Let me do it again. So if you get from the bottom to the top of the wick and you see you get a 50% line, you will
Yeah,
see that
got you.
it is mitigated. Other than that, I don't see anything, like really anything I could look at and say, maybe. Okay, there was this guy here, but where is it? This guy here created an FVG, an imbalance that was quickly tapped. So nothing there. There's absolutely nothing there. If you guys want to shout out anything, but I'm telling you, there is absolutely nothing there. So that would be problem number one. Problem number one, if we want to look for a sell program to start existing. So guys, I'm repeating this over and over, and I'm here on for a while on this because this is incredibly important, and a lot of people lose money on this. A lot of people
And
try
it's
to
especially important for right now because the price in action is similar.
yeah. I wanna get there to exactly to do the
The
comparison.
comparison, yeah.
So you guys, you see the market structure shift, you see the volume, you say, okay, we're going short now. I'm gonna make a ton of money doing this short. But then, problem, there is no point of interest. There is nothing here that tells us that this is it. So we have to wait. That's literally what we have to do. We need to see follow through. We need to see what's gonna happen next.
Liquidity curves gets taken.
What just happened? All of this was taken. All of this was liquidity. Guys, if anything, let me go back here. if anything, you could look into your left and look at this guy here and see how it perfectly tapped here. It didn't break it. So this is a sign of strength if it's not doing an SFP to this level. This tells me price wants to keep pushing up. It doesn't mean, and underline this, it doesn't mean it won't come back to kill it, because this is actually what we want to see after equal lows in this case. This is liquidity. This is money waiting to be taken. But our job is not to front run the market. Our job is not to think what the market will do. Our job is literally to react to what is provided to us on the screen. And right now, we do not have enough information to go short, and we might have some information to go long, not short. Because when in doubt, we were in a buy program. We're coming up. We're taking longs wherever we can. Until we see a confirmed market structure shift, we are long. We are bullish. Never, ever go short if you don't have a confirmed market structure shift. You are going to regret it. You might get a few wins, but I guarantee you it will be more losses than wins.
Self-experience.
Exactly. So going forward, what are we expecting? This curve. When you see curves, guys, and by curves I mean this guy is smaller than this guy is smaller than this guy is smaller than this guy, which is smaller by this guy. This is a curve. This is a liquidity curve. This is money. This is something to be taken. So market, and the same can be had. I mean, this is liquidity, and the same you could say, okay, Andre, this is liquidity as well. So we come back to the same place. Is the market coming down to get this liquidity, or is the market going up to get this liquidity? What did I tell you? Until we have a confirmation of market structure shift, we are bullish. If we are bullish, which liquidity are we going to take first? We are taking this one because we're bullish. Right, guys? Make sense so far?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Brilliant stuff.
Okay, going forward, let's move price. What does it do? Takes the liquidity we're talking about.
That block
Continuing.
was beautiful.
Sorry?
That block was beautiful. You know what I'm talking about, right? Without me saying it. As a
That block.
reaction upside.
What block are you talking about?
The bearish candle after the big red one, the gray one, small one
In the middle.
in the middle.
This one?
No, below. Where it
Nope.
bounced from. You have the big red one, a white
Yeah.
one, and then a gray one. That's a block.
Yes.
Reacted to that guy.
This?
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Mm.
You know, guys, because me and Andre, even though we have the same name and we work together on this, we have different ways of looking at the market, and it's actually interesting because I look at things with my perspective, a perspective. I'm not saying I'm correct or wrong. There are several ways to look at the market. By the way, I'm going to make a disclaimer. I hate YouTubers that have their way of looking at the market, and they tell everyone else they are crap and they're stupid.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, these guys are the stupid ones, because you know how the algorithms I was talking about that banks use. And by the way, the one by just to put some names on things, and I'm not trying to sell you on anything. You can look this up for yourself. The algo, the trading algo by BlackRock is called Aladdin. You can actually Google Aladdin, BlackRock Aladdin, and you can see what it does. What these algorithms do is always search for liquidity. And the way sorry?
Oh, sorry, my mic's open. Talking to my dog.
I do that too.
Okay, I will stop.
Right there.
So as I was saying, the algorithms are always looking for liquidity. And the way I look at the markets is always to try to see what the algorithm is doing. Obviously, I didn't build the algorithm, so I don't know exactly what the algorithm is doing. If someone tells you they know exactly what the algorithm, they are lying. But what I do know is how parts of the algorithm are structured. And beware, there are different algorithms that do different things. So if you get to, like most of us go on YouTube and learn from different people. And some people use Market Cipher, and they just tell you, get the green dot. Do you guys know Market Cipher here?
Probably.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
So basically, some guys might tell you, okay, get the green dots and go long, or get the red dots and go short, whatever. And they will tell you, oh, trend lines, you're dumb. You're dumb if you look at trend lines. Geometry has no place in the market. And support and resistance, you're dumb if you're doing support and resistance. Like, I mean, there's no other word, and I'm being soft when I say I hate them. I hate those people because it's not true. It's simple as that. It is not true. What people call
A lot of patterns seem to be relative to the algorithm because they've been built from repetition.
Mm-hmm.
yes, but
So they kind of make sense.
but different kinds of repetition. And this is where I want to tap in, because if you learn what's called smart money concepts or ICT, you will see one thing. If you learn Elliott waves, you will see another thing. If you learn support and resistance and trend lines, you will get another thing. And then you go to one of these YouTubers to get information and try to learn something, and they will tell you, this is the silver bullet. You should do this. Don't look at trend lines. Don't whatever. And you can ask Andre, but Andre actually named it. There was a folder in my, I don't know what it is, but
We
there's a
we
folder.
accidentally lost it.
You deleted?
I didn't delete it, but maybe when changing layouts or something, I lost it. But if, but it would have been on one of the AlphaSpark.
So
I think
basically,
it was
guys,
V2.
I had a layout.
You're talking about what I call the voodoo folder, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I want to share this with you guys, and I'm going somewhere. I promise I'm going somewhere with this conversation. I want to talk to you about this for you to understand how two different traders that look at the markets in a different way, a very different way, they can converge into a single result. There is no right and wrong into looking at the markets. In the beginning of this, I said the only thing that's actually important is liquidity, is money. That's where the algorithms are drawn to. But there is BlackRock, there is Citigroup, there is what's the name of the other guys that I don't know. There's dozens, there's hundreds of market makers. banks, institutions that are in the markets putting billions of dollars. Do you think, tell me, do you think their goal is to trade, is for HSBC to trade against Citigroup? Do you think that's what they do?
Of course not.
No, I wouldn't imagine so.
What they are looking for is people like us, what's called retail traders. And back in the day, it was the same thing when you would call your broker on the phone and put an order. And sometimes your broker doesn't really know what he's doing. He's not very informed. He's just employed by a bank, and they get commissions to sell you stuff. So big banks, algorithms of these big banks, they want to trade against retailers. If they want to trade against retailers, tell me, if retail trading is taught to do this on my screen, do you think the algorithms are not going to take this into account? Of course they will.
Yeah.
If the ones they are playing against are taught about trend lines, there will be a part of the algorithm that is incorporating trend lines. That is why, or it's not why, but that is one way of looking at it, that this is liquidity. Okay? Liquidity can show in several ways: curves, trend lines, support and resistance. This is liquidity. This is liquidity. And this is liquidity.
In some way, you're making an introduction as for the reason why I generally I haven't done it recently, but if you guys sometimes see on my charts Twitter trend line, that's what I mean. Like, it's when people talk about trend lines too much and go on Twitter about them. If I post a trend line saying Twitter trend line, it means it's gonna get broken. That's the goal. Yeah.
So guys, this is a brief introduction about how you should look at the markets and look for liquidity. Always look for liquidity. Look for the market structure shift, and then look for follow through. Coming back to this, and we didn't get the follow through we're looking at. We were looking at some place around here to give us the next push down. Remember, I was saying that we would have a break of structure here, and we didn't. And by the way, guys, with what I have in the screen and saying this, what I just said, that I was looking for this, if I want to shift into a sell program, I would need for this to happen, what I just draw here.
Also,
If
Andre,
I was,
do me a favor. When you
yeah,
finish this, do me a favor and just zoom in on that range, just for us to compare it with the current one, because that is
okay,
where the difference is.
yeah, just a second. So as I was saying, if I'm expecting market structure shift, there was a pull with volume, okay, now I want to find this, the place where I go get my short and change structure. If this is to happen, guys, those YouTubers that call retail dumb and say trend lines are dumb, what would happen to the trend line if this happens? What everyone
They're
learned.
broken.
Exactly. The trend line would be broken. So
But
trend
also
lines are,
notice that after being broken, it's intact. It gets
sorry?
broken, but it gets
Yeah,
broken, but
retrace.
then it gets a retrace there.
Yeah.
It's
What
just
you
a
told me about
liquidity.
this?
Yeah, it's just a liquidity grab, but the next point's actually respected.
No, wait. Let me clean my screen. So, okay. The trend line is, let's do this a little bit more proper. If I was to draw a trend line, and a lot of people have, actually, Andre was one of them. When
Yeah.
we
We're
first met,
talking
Andre
about the
didn't
wicks,
know.
right?
He didn't know. He was a very good trader, but he didn't know how to draw a trend line. Something as basic as that.
True. True story. True story.
So what we do is we find convergence with the most convergence on the points. And what's important?
Bodies.
Sorry?
Bodies at candles, not wicks.
Don't care. To be yeah, bodies and candles, but to be honest, don't care. I don't
Right.
care. It's if you squint your eyes, let's say you have a very bad vision and look at my screen, what would you see? Probably something like this, then you see something like this, and then you see something like this and like this, or maybe you can even see this one, but right? It's something like that. So this is a trend line and this is a trend line. The way we do this is we find the most touching areas, a line that passes through the biggest number of closest or low points. Wicks and bodies don't care. So it would be something
The
like
bigger
this,
amount
right?
of touches, right?
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Look, guys, that I'm trying to find where it touches the most. And now what I can do is I can copy this to have several ways of interpreting price. And I'm not going to do this now. We can do another video. We can do another live stream where I can do what Andre calls voodoo.
Because it
But
is.
I can, and I'm going to say this now. And if you guys want me to do this, I will do in a different day. I promise you, I can do this in 2020 or 2019, in 2018, and these lines will be valid today. See what I'm saying? I can draw lines
I'm a witness.
somewhere in 2018. I will not look at today, and these lines drawn in 2018 will be valid today.
And that is why I
Yeah.
called it voodoo.
It is,
It was just
and
fucking crazy.
and guys, why does it work? You have to ask yourself, how can someone
Algorithmic.
exactly? How can someone draw something in 2018 and be valid 5 years later?
Yeah.
Because the algorithms are always taking all the information, all the data points, and converging back to them when they see fit. So, having said that, maybe even these lines that I just drew out of nowhere, just for the sake, just for fun, let's see if they do anything. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm literally just passing lines.
You have a preset for
Liquidity.
extending them, right? Extend
Okay.
them.
Oh, fuck.
Shit.
Sorry.
Pressed space.
Can this be done in batch? No. Stupid me.
It can't.
No, it can't.
Fuck. TradingView really needs some features.
Okay, this is good enough. Guys, isn't this the day? It is.
It is.
What is this?
Bottom resistance flip.
Yeah, and at least already you have
Touching.
already 3 taps on the lower one.
And these lines were not put in place thinking about today. These lines were put in place in November, early November. So
Yeah.
tell me, trend lines are stupid. When you find a YouTuber that tells you retail traders are dumb because they do support and resistance and trend lines, you tell them they're dumb. Now, having said this, I do not trade trend lines, but I do use them for confluence.
Yeah.
Because if we have these, and notice that I'm not changing anything, I'm just copy pasting, I'm not adjusting the trend lines. If we look at price today, guys, I did not do anything. I just copy pasted. Okay, yeah, it's not perfect, but come on.
Yeah.
This was even done like almost randomly.
Is this the same concept as like spider lines? I think they're called.
A little bit,
It
yeah.
is. It is similar, yes.
Mhm.
It is similar, but I do prefer to draw my own. The biggest reason, and I will always advocate for you guys to draw everything, because in the process of drawing, you will learn. If you start using spider lines or any other tool that exists, like the pitch fan, I love the pitch fan. Again, if I randomly do something with the pitch fan, I can bet.
Yeah, you need to change the colors. Can't see that. Put it in white, a little bit thick, please. Fuck. Choose that. Use one. Oh, okay. That's for the background, I think. Never
Is this
mind.
background?
No, I was going to say that. I was going to say use one color. You have an option that
Yeah.
that
That's what I'm
says use
trying
one
to
color,
do,
but
it's not even changing anything. Am I being stupid?
no, that's just a median change.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go. Something like this.
Yeah, cool. Still
me
have that
just-
3 touches on the bottom one.
So you can see that very randomly pulled. What I do like to do with the pitch fan is actually to look at Elliot waves and get from, and actually I can do this quickly, I guess, if I'm quick enough. Where is the bottom? Here. Where is the 1, 2? There you go. This is my Elliott wave, by the way, guys. Though I was saying that I think we are in the end of a wave 3. Okay. This was the story that we were doing before, that we were here. I said we could think this is the end of wave 3. And I can show you why I was thinking this could be the end of wave 3. Because we could count actually the 1, 2, and 3 ending around this area. It was more than time to end here. This is the extension I was talking about. Here would be more than time to end. So we could have done this. It has absolutely no difference. And why didn't the market stop here? Because there was, for sure, something on the side. Liquidity to be taken. Curve, FVG, big curve.
I actually talked about that in a macro view 2 or 3 days ago, I think. 3 days, I think.
Okay, so guys,
the only place
what
that we stopped was
yeah.
that bigger demand that I showed you earlier.
So guys, I think we're here being a reversal. I think we're going back from this point to this point. This retracement would be around, this box would be around 50 to 61.8% fib retracement. And then we still have one more leg up.
Can you show me what would be the
Let me just do the
Oh yeah, I already forgot about it.
the pitch fan very quickly. Just because someone mentioned. So I like to do the 1 and 2 of the Elliott waves. I'm not sure if this is even correct, but it's
Almost.
close enough. Close enough. So if you see, maybe I'm going to give less information.
Yeah, that's better.
You see how price wanders through these channels. This is good for some occasions. I do prefer drawing my own lines. And that is because it is hard to find a way of the pitch fan to work on everything. And usually what I do is I start from the 1, 2, but then as you can see, this price action is not covered here. So what I like to do is I adjust, I find somewhere where I adjust and I see that the lines make more sense. So if I keep this one on the 1. Something very interesting about the pitch fan is
We stopped on the median in that case.
that's exactly what's interesting about the pitch fan. The median is the most important area of the pitch fan. Actually, if you leave less noise, this area, price usually has a reaction of the median line of the pitch fan.
Okay.
As with any tool on trading, this only tells part of the story. And this is only good for Confluence, in my opinion, as trend lines. I wouldn't trade off this. I wouldn't say, oh, okay, because we came to the median, now we're going long. No, please don't do that. Oh, because we're on the median, we're going down. Oh, please don't do that. Look, we just came up. Doesn't mean we're not going down. Yes, we are, but please don't do trading off these things. These are just tools. And these are interesting for us to get a grasp of the bigger picture, the same as Elliott waves. I do not trade off Elliott waves. There's people who do a living off Elliott waves, but I don't. Because the only thing that interests me, I said in the beginning of our conversation, is money, liquidity. Where is money?
I don't think you would have gotten 100R following Elliott waves.
Yeah, guys, did you see the trade that I posted yesterday, 3 a.m. GMT +1?
Yeah.
That trade,
that was kind of crazy.
that trade gave us 145 RR. If you put $300 in a trade, I don't know how much money you guys put into trades, don't care. That's why I do RRs. RRs are universal. If you have $1 million, if you have $10, RRs are RRs. Risk to reward. 145. I know if you had $300, you would have by now, I believe, 45,000 almost in 12 hours. Do you guys usually do $45,000 in 12 hours? And you can call me on it. Tell me it's bullshit. You have it. Go back to Discord and check it. Go back
You
to
know,
Discord.
I make every day 45,000 when I come from Colombia to Europe.
Oh,
know?
fuck you. That's not a fair comparison.
Hey, he asked where I can make so much money a day. Like, I'm telling him honestly, you know?
So guys, I'm not saying that I can provide with 145 RR every day, but more often than not, we get these trades. And part of what we're doing here, I believe, is like what the value in us being here together would be for us to be on the charts, on the lookout, like a squad, on the lookout for a certain number of rules that we have very well established. And if these rules appear on the screen, and I'm gonna repeat this, if the rules appear on the screen, we are not going to force it. We're not going to try to figure out where the market is going. But if the rules appear on the screen, we have a better chance to make some money. And this will not be 100%. There's nothing there is 100%. But this is getting to the closest we can to how the algorithms work to try to trade with them. We're not counter trading them. We're just trying to surf the wave that they create. Nothing else. And I do believe that would conclude my preach today.
I was just about to ask you if you can show me the because all I'm seeing is the Elliott wave right now because we're on a clean chart, right? But can you show the guys how you project where a possible wave 4 is going?
Oh, okay. Okay, I can actually do this, redo this macro.
Because Andre has some voodoo presets for that shit.
So, okay, so we have wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, as I said. And we have a lot of other stuff within each wave. How do we do this? We have to find 5 waves up in wave 1 because wave 1, I'm having a blank right now. Help me, Andre.
Generally, from each of the waves, there are Fibonacci projections, right?
Yeah, no, but I'm trying to find the name of this wave. What the fuck?
Wave
I'm having
1, the
No.
first impulse wave.
No. Never mind. Fucking blank. Anyway, sorry?
Front loaded.
Front loaded? No. Anyway, what we're looking for is this is an impulsive wave. That's what I was looking for.
That's what I
Impulsive.
said.
You said? I didn't hear you. Sorry. What does an impulse mean? An impulse is this. This is an impulse. This is a group of 5 waves that create an impulse. After an impulse, we have a correction. We always have a correction. Most people, when they're starting to learn Elliott waves, one of the first questions they make is, after we have the first impulse, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, can we have another impulse? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? No, we can't. No, we can't. We have to have a correction. A correction is an ABC. Sometimes the correction is an A, B, C, D, E. That would be a complex correction. I'm not going to teach you about Elliott waves right now because there's a lot. Trust me, a lot.
Yeah.
People get mental issues with Elliott waves. So what's important?
That's why I don't even try. That's why I trust you.
What's important and what's interesting to know about Elliott waves is wave 1 is an impulse, wave 2 is a correction, wave 3 is an impulse, wave 4 is a correction, and wave 5 is an impulse. If we're bearish, it's the other way around. Wave 1 is an impulse, wave 2 is a correction, wave 3 is an impulse, wave 4 is a correction, and wave 5 is an impulse. Okay?
Slower
saying
moves
what-
for retrace.
I'm not saying what I draw is correct because it isn't, but I'm just...
It isn't. It kind of looks like it, actually.
Yeah, it kind of looks, but it's not. It's not. Why is it not, Andre? I just explained. You cannot have an impulse followed by an impulse. You cannot have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
We need to have the ABC, okay? And the ABC, if we're coming down, the ABC will be up, right? Anyway, going back and to finish this Elliott wave part, every impulse will have another impulse inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? From 0 to 1, I have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And if you look at here, remember I said everything has to have a correction, ABC. A, B, C. Okay? So this continues with the wave 3 and wave 4 and the wave 5. And I'm going to do just this example here because it's the same for the rest, what you will see here. I can pull from a fib from here, an extension actually, from here to 1 and back. I have here a template that will give me from 0 to 1 to 2, and the projection for the 3A is between this area. Now, projections are what they are, projections. Price usually does its own thing. So in this case, it didn't respect this level. It was a little bit higher, but it is what it is. So what we do next? We get another projection from 0 to 3A, which can actually be this one, probably. Doesn't really matter much. We go back to 0, and we get a projection for the 3C. 3C is the end of wave 3. And the end of wave 3 would be in this box. Here you are. End of wave 3. Then you have the correction for the wave 4. And then you have your last impulse, the wave 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 impulses create one bigger impulse. The same way as, bear with me, what did I just say? 5 impulses creates one big impulse. What does this mean? This means
200K, baby.
price of Bitcoin is going to 1 million. Why? 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 million, 1.1 million.
Easy. Just
Easy.
like that.
Easy. And if you guys look at this, what is this? This is going to be the retracement, the ABC I was talking about. When we finish this first impulse, this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When we do this, we have wave 1 done. Then we're going to have the ABC correction, wave 2 done. And then we're going again for another impulse, just like what we're having right now. And this is how price moves.
So,
What do you guys think?
where do you think the fourth is going to end
Speechless.
based? Where do you think the fourth is
Sorry,
going
come
to
again?
end based on that? He said speechless.
Speechless. Okay. Speechless good or speechless bad?
Both.
This is crazy. I can't
Yeah.
lie.
Wow, man. This is like.
But it makes
so
sense,
much-
right? It makes sense, right?
Absolutely.
It
Absolutely.
does, yeah.
And it's the thing that Andre said about people that do Elliot waves having mental issues. That's why I don't try, man. I just don't try. I trust Andre
If you
for that.
already have mental issues, does it counteract them or does it
That's
just make them
that's a
worse?
good question. I wouldn't want to
adds
find
it a
out.
little bit.
I wouldn't want
But
to find out.
Andre, how are you determined? Inside, like, are you then putting practically your first impulse where you have the smaller 5 impulses in with the correction? Are you determined then first you're taking your smaller impulses, like your smaller range, and then you make your bigger impulse, or how are you starting with this? This is always my.
Interesting. And let me show you here. When we
Mhm.
were here and I was starting to do my analysis,
Mhm.
I remember clearly, actually. I remember clearly. What I had was this, that I'm going to show you right now. This was 3A. I had the idea this was a 3A, and somewhere was happening, something like this was going to happen.
Mhm.
So what I did was I pulled from here to here. I'm just doing exactly what I just showed you.
Mhm.
Going, finding A of wave 3 from a wave 1 baseline. What does this mean?
It means from your first impulse.
I'm going to put it here.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So what does it mean? I want to find A of wave 3. Wave 3 is this one, correct?
Impulse. Mm-hmm.
This impulse. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will have to happen. So if you want to look this in another way, A, B, C.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't really matter. It's an impulse. It's going to have 5 waves. You can count it as 3. I do the finding the wave 3, the A of the wave 3 is going to be somewhere around here. And how do I know that? From 0 to wave 1, which means being from wave 1 baseline, which this is wave 1. I've considered this the wave 1. How do I consider that the wave 1? Again, I have to have an impulse. I have to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And the correction afterwards again.
1,
Yeah,
2,
you would have to go to
sorry,
lower time frame
1,
there, but yeah.
2, 3. It would be much better if I do what Andre just said, going down from the daily, but I think you can see.
Yeah.
Okay? Price is fractal, always. What happens on the monthly happens on the 1 second. Always. Someone on Discord, when I put my, you guys are seeing my cursor moving because it has nothing to do with what you're seeing on the screen. I'm trying to go back on Discord. Someone on the BTC trading, when I posted, it doesn't matter. Someone was saying like, do you trade the 1 minute? Like, yeah, why not?
Yeah, it was Lucy. Yeah, I remember that.
Like, why not? Okay, things hold less value the lower you go. But that doesn't mean they don't hold value. They do hold 100% of the value in the time frame they are in. Of course, you cannot expect a 1 second something that happens here to hold until here and go. Of course not. It's going to come back and you're going to get screwed and whatever. But if you're in the 1 second time frame, you will be doing 1 second things. So it holds value in its own time frame. Why is this important? Because of the fractality. Is this a word? I don't know. The fractality
Yes, it exists.
of the system. Price is fractal. So whatever you see here, you will see here. You will see in the bigger line, in always. Going back, I digress. Since I found the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is my level 1 because it has a retracement, comes here, I can count 1, 2, 3. I'm good with the 1 and 2. There's no way I can predict 1 and 2, by the way. You have to have this to do projections on the rest. So I get my tool, and my tool is a trend-based fib extension. And I'm using the extension, but I didn't really need to because I'm only using 2 points. I'm using the third point as the 0. So basically I pull it from the 0 to the 1, and I have these levels that tell me the 3A, the wave A. So it tells me that somewhere around here, it should give me the wave A of wave 3. As I said, take it with a grain of salt. By the way, I'm using harmonic Elliott waves, which is a variation of a mental disease by a guy in the 70s. So these levels are not traditional Elliott waves. Elliott waves exist in 2 flavors, let's say.
It's funny because it's true.
Yeah, everything I'm saying is true. Basically, Elliott waves was created by Elliot, Mr. Elliot, back in I don't know, 70s. I'm not sure.
78, if I'm not
And then
mistaken.
someone else figured out there are problems with Elliott waves. As with anything in trading, nothing is 100%. So this guy came up with an enhanced version of Elliott waves, or another flavor, let's say, which he called harmonic Elliott waves, which creates a more harmonious way of counting Elliott waves. Anyway, I'm not going to go into that. It's just the levels are not always the same. as you might find if you Google Elliott waves. The concept is absolutely the same. Okay. So having said that, level between here, it's around here, a little bit upper. So if I do now have this one, which is the 3A, I can now have the 3C, which is the end of wave 3, this guy here. Because for me to do this projection, I need to have this guy here. Because this will be my baseline for this guy here. I'm going to pull from 0. Let me delete this one. We've done its work. And I'm going to pull from 0 to 3A, back to 0.
Why that high, the high of the vector candle, and not the next highs beside
Sorry.
it?
Yeah, maybe this one is better. Yeah.
Okay.
I would need to go into a lower time frame to understand what happens here in this coming down.
Okay.
To know what happens first. Because if the low happens before the high, then this is not the high. It would be this one. Anyway, I mean, come on. Look how it moves. Look the changes.
Yeah. Was just trying to
Doesn't
understand that
really
more.
matter. Doesn't really matter. Guys, we're not trading from this. This is giving us a guideline. So it doesn't matter if it's $1,000 up or down. It really doesn't. Okay, so what do we have now? We have that our projection will tell us that somewhere around here, price will stop. Price will stop. Price will stop doing what it's doing, which is a buy program. And it will come into a sell program. What is this? This is a reversal. This is a retracement. This is a wave 4. This is a B, C to the downside. And guys, if you know you're in a wave 3, and this is why Elliott waves are important. If you know you are in a wave 3, and if you are expecting a reversal, you should not panic when it starts dropping. You cannot panic because you're expecting it. You want it. It validates your job. It validates your work. It validates your thinking if you see it dropping. You cannot be scared and panicking. You can't. You could. You're in here. Or rather, you're in here. Whatever, you're inside our target for the end of the wave 3. And then price comes down, starts coming down. If you didn't know anything about Elliott waves, and if you didn't have this projection, you could be targeting these guys here. Look at this. Look at this. This is money. This is a lot of money. This is a big liquidity curve plus the FVGs. But you know about Elliott waves. You know about this other one, which is, let's say, let's be fair. Let's not rig the game, because it's very pretty to do things in hindsight. I know this is the pivot, but we didn't know that. We thought it's between here and here. So let's do this from the beginning of wave 3 to the end of what we think would be the wave 3. And let's do a retracement, a wave 4 retracement from 2C to 3C. And what does it give us? Basically, 3 levels. The wave 4 gets us to 3 levels. Either the 382, the 0.5, or the 618. Traditional Fibonacci levels. Now, guys, the more a move extends, and by extension, look at this. Look at the size of this move. Now look at the size of this move. Man, this is a
Like 4 times the first one.
big fat one, right? So this is an extension. This is what I call an extension. You have to look at things into perspective, put things into perspective. Where do you see a move this big? There's not really, yeah, you really have to go way back to find a move this big. This is not normal. Or not that it's not normal, but it's not something that happens all the time. So when you have a very extended move, in theory, you should look for a shallow retracement. Why? Because a very extended move tells us that we want to continue going up. That is why when you see an extended move, typically you're on the wave 3. Typically. As with anything, there are exceptions. But the rule is, when you see a very extended move, typically you are on the wave 3. And if you want to go bananas, if you really want to go up, 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 you will see a shallow retrace. The reason behind this, and you have to think, everything that I'm telling you guys, you should be thinking about the reason behind it. If we have an extended move, why would we have a shallow retracement to keep going? Because if you think price is going up so fast, and then we have here some sort of consolidation, and then we go up again, the best you're going to have is to come back where price was traded the most. I always explain trading to people who are starting out as going to the market, to the farmer's market. If you are selling potatoes, carrots, whatever in the farmer's market, this price here, this is a market, and you have the potatoes for sale. What's happening here? You have your potatoes at a certain price, and you're not selling that money because price is going bananas very quickly. People are buying everything you have at the small price, which makes it shoot through the roof. If, let's say, you have potatoes for sale at $5 and people are interested in buying at $5, and this is an agreement of price, so price was not elastic. Price was at a fair value. By the way, I didn't want to say the term fair value, but good thing I did anyway, because it will come back to this. If price comes to a fair value, I have something for sale at $5 and you want to buy it for $5. An agreement, we shake hands. This is what shaking hands looks like on a price action perspective. When you see candles like this, when you see this is people shaking hands. This is product swapping from the seller to the buyer. When you see this, there is no fair value. That is why this is called the fair value gap. Fair value gap. I had potatoes at $5, but I didn't shake hands with anyone. Probably a guy, I'm sure you guys have seen the story of like someone buys every inventory at $5 and now one guy has all the inventory, so this guy starts selling at $20. Why? Because no one else exists in the market with my product to sell at any price. I could sell it for $120. No one has my product anymore because I bought everything. This is what happens right here. Price was here for the asset we're working on. In this case, Bitcoin, could be anything, potatoes, carrots. And someone bought everything all at once. That's why price shoots through the roof without fair value within it. So what happens when this happens? This is the last part that I'm going to talk about this, and this very, very important what I'm about to say. Are you guys with me? Does this make sense so far?
It's not
Yeah,
new
it
for
does,
me,
yeah.
but
No,
Roger.
I love the
So-
Roger. Sounds very
If
military.
we are at the market, and we wanted to go, let's say, we wanted to go to buy the potatoes, and we were willing to buy the $5, just to keep with the same example. So here we are, going with the wife to the market, and the wife is nagging. She wants potatoes. You go to the market, and for you to find out that potatoes are now $20 a kilo, and you say, "Wifey, no way, no way, paying $20 for potatoes." What do you do? Now, I don't know if you guys are laughing with what I'm saying, if it's resounding with you, but think whatever you like to buy. You go to the store and it's suddenly too expensive. What do you do? Do you buy it?
If I need it.
Okay, if you need it. Someone else. Let's make this more interactive, guys.
I just had the idea of a wife FOMOing into potatoes. And all the potatoes are going to run out again, go up higher.
Okay, that's look what you
But
said.
it's true. Yeah.
What you said is actually not the answer I was looking for, but what you said is actually correct, and what you said is what makes this happen. This is plenty of wives saying, "I don't give a shit about the price of potatoes. I want to do potatoes for lunch, so you fucking buy the potatoes." That's why price goes up, because someone is paying more for the product. Someone is paying more, and the more scarce the product is, the higher it goes in price. This is economics 101. Happens with anything. But that's actually not the question, the answer I was looking for, although it's a good one.
It's a good
And
one.
it's a good one, and it's true, because it's what happens there. This is wives FOMOing on potatoes. But if you go to the supermarket, you want to buy milk, and milk is usually $1, and now it's $20. Do you buy the milk? Or let's say chocolates. Milk is to first necessity. Chocolates. Do you buy chocolates?
Yeah,
If
sure.
it's 10 times the
Of course
price,
not. Yeah.
No.
you wait for fair value.
I buy
you wait
lettuce
for that.
instead.
You wait for fair value. Okay. So next week you receive a text message on your phone from your supermarket, the place where you usually go, and they say, we have a discount. What do
Buy
you do?
50.
What do? You go there, right?
Buy a trolley full.
You go there. But even if you don't receive the text message, you really want to buy chocolates and you couldn't because it was too expensive. Oftentimes, please tell me if I'm incorrect on this. Oftentimes, you will go back there maybe a few days later or a week later, and you're gonna check the price to see if you can buy the chocolates. Isn't that what happens?
Yeah.
This is why price is attracted to fair value gaps. People want to go there to see if the price is cheaper now and if there is inventory so I can buy.
Yep.
I can be here, but my expectation is to go back where I couldn't in the first place buy my potatoes. I want to go back there to see if they exist now at the fair value price. This is why oftentimes you see price coming back to fair value gap. Fill the gap. What does filling the gap means? Means now the price has a fair value. And then it should,
Encourages. Yeah.
and there we go.
Did we actually reach one of those levels?
No, we did not. No, we did not. Why? Because this, I started talking about this because if you don't know anything about Elliott waves, you might think we are going to do this because that is what you should expect. You should expect to come to a place where nothing happens.
Liquidity.
You should expect going to liquidity to then go up. But now you know about Elliott waves. And you know about price being in the end of a wave 3. You know about expecting a reversal. And you know about, since this was a very big extended move, you know about looking for a shallow retracement.
Yeah. 56 down to 38.
Oh, we did.
What did you do here? You actually came to the 618. Ah, yeah, okay, yeah. I don't know who asked. All this conversation started because someone asked something. And this is
It was me. I asked
not
about
you. It
the
was not you.
projection levels, and then
It was not
Igor,
you. It
and
was
then
shut up.
yeah,
It was not you.
and then
You-
Igor asked about the first impulse.
Yeah, exactly. It was because of the first impulse. What happens here and is that this count is not correct anymore. And I did this exactly because of the question that was posed. How do I do the levels? I see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, right?
Mhm.
So my third level, wave 3, is here, which is actually within the projections we did. Okay. We have the A, B, C. Let me do the retracement. So from here, we actually did a 618. And then from here, this is actually not the example I was thinking about. That's why I was kind of preaching on the shallow retracement. This was not the example I was looking for. Anyway, guys, retracement from point 3 to point 4 is either 386 50% of 618. Typically. Extended moves, lower. But more often than not, between the 0.5 and the 618 is where you want to see the price moving. Actually, let me tell you something. Again, actually, important thing. If you're expecting a shallow move because it was extended, I wouldn't trade it. And I'm going to tell you why. And it's very simple. I wouldn't trade it for one simple reason. I only buy in discount. I hate going to the supermarket and paying expensive stuff. I like buying at discount, and I like selling at premium. So if you take this entire range from wave 2 to wave 3, you have an area that is premium, and you have an area that is a discount. You buy into discount, you sell into premium. Got it? Simple, but very powerful. Having said that, would I buy here on this shallow move? Because price actually came here. Look at this.
It has a
Price
tap.
came,
Yeah.
price came here. Seeing things in hindsight is always, oh, fuck. Sorry. Look at this. I had an extended move. So my bias is maybe we get a shallow retracement. Actually, I thought this could be it. I thought this could be wave 3, not this one, but this one. And this was wave 4.
I was going to ask
Shallow,
that.
shallow retracement. And this would be a wave 5. Let me go. Let's do this better. If I was here,
Because that
as we
382 is one of the projected levels, so why not count that as the
because
third?
this point surpassed or entered our area for wave 3. So at this point, your bias would be this is wave 3.
Yeah.
And now we're coming back on a wave 4. We see a shallow retracement, and we see the 2 EMAs holding price. Worse. Days pass, and they validate this idea with volume.
Mhm.
Again, I think this is 3, and I think this is 4 at this point.
Okay.
And how does this change? Are you guys
So why
fixed on
isn't it?
Are you guys fixed on the screen? Because this is very important what I'm about to tell you.
I'm barely breathing.
But
Why?
that's because you're old, Igor.
Remember I said this could be the wave 4 at this point? And remember I said wave 4 as well as wave 2? They are always retracement waves.
Yeah.
A, B, C. It could be. Why can't it be? For the simple reason.
Increasing
Volume
volume.
is going up. We
Is it
should not,
always decreasing on a correction down?
we should get decreasing volume in a correction.
Okay.
We should not get upwards volume. what this shows is that from here to here, price is increasing, volume is increasing. This means we are in sync. We are correlated. If we are correlated, the movement is not done. Okay?
Oh, that's interesting. Relating the current price.
Okay. So if we start moving,
Yeah, right until the last move, it was overall decreasing.
you get price from here, you get price coming down, and then you have a shift. And by the way, when looking at volume, please disregard, you have to, again, like squint your eyes, like when we're talking trend lines. This is the volume, okay? Imagine a line.
Almost like a moving average, right?
Exactly, exactly. So what happened here? Again, we have correlation of price. What does it mean? It means the move is correct. Okay? If the price is coming down and the volume is coming down, means we do not really have interest in this move to continue, which is what we expect of a wave 4 because it's a corrective wave. We don't expect this little piece of shit to keep going. We expect it to end. If we expect it to end, we need to see the volume coming down when price is coming down. That means there is no interest in continuing the move down. If there is no interest in continuing the move down, we are going to have a reversal at some point. If we look at here, we'll see a market structure shift. There you go. Have you ever, like, I'm going to give you a piece of information that I want you guys to go on your charts. I know I've been giving you a lot of information and we've been for a long time here. And I guess we should call it a day. Probably I'm giving mental issues to everyone. But
Yeah, you have only been talking for 1 hour and 42 minutes.
yeah, I'm gonna shut up. I haven't. We probably don't have an. Oh,
I don't
we're keeping
mind.
people.
I don't mind.
No, I was going to say probably no one's here anyway. But yeah, it is. We still have some people here. So guys, I want you to go on your charts and find out in hindsight reversal areas and look for this. I call this the middle finger. This is literally giving you the middle finger, right? This is a fuck you. Price is gonna stop. Fuck you. Up. What this is a market structure shift. Here. Right here. What do we need to see on the markets for a market structure shift to be valid? We need to see displacement. Huge displacement. Green dildos.
Now you sounded like Donald Trump saying huge.
Huge. Let's not bring politics into this
No. Carry on.
pleasing space. So, fuck you means we're changing. What a duck.
Yeah.
Okay? I want you guys to look for this. find this. You will see this is a good indicator. Again, we have a lot of rules for the market structure shift. It's not looking at this, finding this, and go bananas. But look for this. It's interesting. It's a good indicator.
Mhm.
Okay.
So
Should we stop here?
just before you go, it's actually more for me, but it's interesting for the guys. Following your current Elliott wave count, where do you expect the fourth wave to end? Because we are currently, no, sorry, I think it would be your fifth.
You're talking about current price, right?
Yeah. Because we think that we are very, very locally, I mean.
So this is the macro. Let's start with the macro.
Yeah.
Macro of the current area. My idea is that we already did the market structure shift. We came to an end with wave 3. My theory goes through the window if we do this, obviously.
Yeah.
But I'm seeing strength being lost. If you guys look from here to here, I see strength being lost. Okay, what happened here is slightly
Those last two volume candles for me, they're actually a divergence because price tried to go a further leg down and couldn't. In terms of volume, that's a divergence.
well, what I see is, let's not overcomplicate it. We came to a high and we're losing strength. We're losing strength. If we're losing strength, that's in line with what we should expect for a waveform. Until I see something telling me otherwise, I'm glad with what I'm seeing. Why? Not only because of this. We got a high. This high displaced price with strength and volume through structure. By the way, guys, this is the middle finger.
That's what I was just going to say. Is that an inverted
Just
finger?
inverted.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was going to say.
Yes. Yes, sir. So we got the high. We displaced market structure with strength. Guys, please, this is not optional. It has to be in this order. We got the high. We displace market structure with strength. If it's not with strength, with volume, if we don't displace this area, even if we have this candle with a lot of strength, but we don't displace it, it's not valid. We do with volume displace market structure. It happened. Cool. Now, I'm also seeing strength, overall strength going down, which should be a wave 4. And if I do a more local count on Elliott waves, I could see 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and maybe 5. But this is a work in progress. What I do like as well is that we displaced with volume through the 50 EMA. Guys, please use this. 50, 200, 800. You don't need anything else. 50, 200, 800. Every time we displace a level, 50, 200, 800 somewhere here. Every time we displace through one of these levels, that's confirmation for us. I'm on the 4 hour, huge time frame. If I go to the 1 hour, beautiful. This is actually beautiful. We're displacing the 50 EMA with huge volume. Huh. Actually, we displaced through 2 of them, and now we're going to retrace. We retraced to the 200 EMA. We're going to do a new retrace to the 200 EMA.
Didn't you
and we're
have a
going to-
level right where price is now struggling to go past?
I don't know.
I think we
Just I'm talking about EMAs right now. I don't want to confuse anyone with other levels. We're right now, I'm only looking at EMAs. I forgot about anything in the universe. I don't care. The only thing I care is about the EMAs. From the high, we displaced the 50 EMA, this blue one, okay? We displaced it with volume. That means level 1 is done. This is something else that I might talk about in a different day, which is the market maker buy or sell model. Basically, I've told you, we're always in a buy program or we're in a sell program. The reason this is because the market maker, the algorithms, they work always from one side to the other side. Always, 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 always. We were in a buy program. Assuming this was the pivot point, we are now in a sell program. And what happens in a sell program? What happens in a new program? We displace the 50 EMA with volume. That's our level 1. A program has 3 levels, usually. What we would like to see is passing the 50 EMA, going to the 200 EMA. This would be level 1. On the 200, we would come back to the 50 EMA to retrace and break it. This would be our second level. We retrace back to the 200 EMA and we displace to the 800 EMA. That would be our third level. 1 to 3. Program finished. Or sometimes, if price cannot reach one of the EMAs because it's too far away, it can reach any other kind of point of interest. That would be a CME gap. That could be a vector, a 50% of a vector, some sort of supply or demand. Any point of interest that is strong enough can be a substitute to one of the EMAs. Okay, this is another concept. I don't really want to go into it because it's another world. We already covered Elliott waves. Now we're covering the market maker model and trend lines and lots of things. As you can see, I mix all this up into a big pot of soup to make my analysis. This is not easy, I grant that. But to be very honest with you, if you put your effort into this is not hard either. Because if you go now, if we stop this call and you got interested in what I was talking about, and you're going to Google or going to YouTube and you're going to look for Elliott waves, and then you're going to go and look for market maker model, and then you're going to go for something else, you're going to get overwhelmed because it's so much information about. I'm grasping the surface on these topics.
I think Elliott waves alone is extremely complex.
But why I'm only scratching the surface? Because we don't really need much more to use these tools as a compass of as part of our navigation. Imagine yourselves being in the middle of the ocean and having absolutely nothing. You need to get a heading before you know what to do. If you don't have a heading, you're just going anywhere and hoping for the best. And hope is not really a strategy. So, guys, Elliott waves and the market maker model gives us a direction, but we do trades with the market. We look at the market structure to get our entries. We look at the market structure displacements with volume to get confirmation of our reversals. We don't do that with Elliott waves. We don't do that with the market maker model. Those things give us another layer of confluence. Okay? I guess I'm done for today. Not sure. I would like to get some feedback, guys, because I don't know if you're enjoying this.
Yeah, I was going to ask that.
Or if it's,
I think that was very good.
or if it's boring as fuck. I don't know. Just.
I think that was very good.
Yeah, for myself, I learned a little bit of detail on the Elliott wave that I hadn't already known. So thanks for the extra deep dive into that. I've simplified my approach to it and draw everything into ABCs now. And I stopped drawing fib lines, but I love detail. My brain works on details, diving into those exact locations. I never drew out the extension line from the AB to find the middle of the third wave. I've only looked for the top of the third wave as opposed to the middle of it. So that gives me something to kind of look at and play with. And I used to follow a guy that did the Elliott wave. He would short. He was known for shorting the third and fifth wave, and he made his money that way. So I followed him for a while. So I enjoyed the Elliott wave. But yeah, thanks. I enjoyed it.
Cool. Thank you.
I don't know if you noticed, Kazu, he doesn't have a mic, but he said great stream, thank you, on chat.
Okay, cool. I did not see that. Where is the chat? I'm really.
There's like a small chat button on the top right corner in Discord.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, thank you. I was just letting dog out, so I missed that last part because my dog were barking outside, and it's 2:00 in the morning where I am.
Yeah,
mate, I'm so sorry.
Our time too. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's been brilliant.
Okay, so
yeah,
I didn't.
I guess
we have a few messages. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Stockbeat and Kazoo. Thank you.
I guess we can wrap it up. Yeah.
Who was the one who told me they made 45 a trip from Colombia to Europe?
It was Canada 70. His name is Igor. That's why I said Igor.
Igor. Sorry, I'm just listening the whole time. I didn't want to talk into other people talking. No, it was mind-blowing again. You know, you guys are doing a great job. Very lucky to have you guys around.
Thanks,
I don't know what to say more. I have to really, how is that, digest what I just saw. You know? I think I'm the newest here, you know, like I haven't done this at all. So for me, it's everything what you guys.
You know what would be cool if you guys, I mean, most of you, and I understand most of people don't really like to talk or intervene, but it would be really cool if we can just get a group here and understand, because it's very important for me to understand where you sit, what's your level, because
Yeah.
if I know your levels, I can adjust the way I talk. uh, I don't know if you're advanced or if you're just starting, if you don't even know uh, any of the basics of trading. That would be really helpful to adjust the way we can explain things to you. Because at least I think where we should go from here is not only to give you some educational content, but create a group where we can be online and trading together. We can
Exactly.
learn from live trading.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I agree. Like it's just like for me, for example, I have to really, like I said, that's no joke. I have to digest that. Like that is
Hmm.
a lot of information, like it's absolutely new for me. So I have to listen, like there is so many questions, like
Yeah, but that's the thing.
I
Like, if you have questions, ask
Yeah,
them
just
while we're
stop me.
here, you know?
Stop me. Yeah.
yeah,
Just stop me. There's no problem in stopping. Like, let's make this more
absolutely.
interactive. The-
Absolutely. Oh, I will interfere definitely and do my questioning, like absolutely.
there's never, like, most people don't really like to talk and ask questions. They don't want to sound stupid. Let me tell you
Oh,
something. Stupid is the one that doesn't ask the questions.
exactly. Hey,
If you
don't
have
worry about me. I like talking, so
If any of you guys, if any of you listening to me have questions and don't ask because you're shy, sorry guys, you're gonna lose way more than asking the question. There's no stupid questions.
Um, everyone, every one of us, no matter who they are, every one of us started at the same level.
We've been through everything. Like,
So,
you might be mind blown with a lot of information right now. I I was once where you may be today. Like,
the the thing is exactly like the server that we're trying to, or the community that we're trying to create, is exactly the same, the type of thing that I would love to have when I was just, googling everything and looking at every type of YouTube video.
yeah,
And for example, the first year that I was looking into crypto, I remember that most of my subscriptions on YouTube were about like um, automated strategies and indicator strategies, and stuff that just doesn't work, just doesn't. So having someone that could have just kind of hold my hand, like what we're trying to do here, and guide us through the road, would have been, like, literally would save me more than a year of my life. um, so just ask,
uh,
interact, whatever you think about asking, just ask
but
publicly,
but
because it
just
will
like
help other people if we answer it.
absolutely. It's just like, like there is I'm always when you say like mind blowing, yeah, it is. Previously, we did exactly what you were describing with going on Google, looking for automated
Yeah.
trading, getting the best software, watching Google, stuff like that. Uh, it is too good to be true. That things like
what do
that
you mean?
are actually true, like that you can find publicly free people who are showing you how to make money. Like this
Oh,
is very rare to find, like so.
Canada. Let me tell you something about me. I used to work.
Canada, Canada, not
Oh,
Canada.
Canada. Canada, sorry. Canada.
No, don't worry.
You
Don't
know,
worry.
what's very, very cool about trading and working in trading? You can spill all your secrets, all that you know, to the guy next to you, that you're not creating a competitor. This doesn't happen in any other industry. When you have an edge, an advantage, you keep it to yourself, because otherwise your competitor will use it against you.
Exactly.
It doesn't happen in trading. That's why we can create a great community for people to learn together, go through the hurdles together. And I mean, if we can come up as a group with a great strategy, it will benefit us all.
Absolutely.
I agree.
So, guys, can I call some people that I haven't heard? Didi, Yelena, Els Penguin. Are you guys still here or just connected?
Hey, I've been talking somewhat.
Oh, okay, good.
I was the wise potatoes joke sort of thing. FOMO into potatoes. But I don't like to ask too many questions because I'm like Candida, is it? Where it's so basic, I don't want to take away the in-depth info. And I'm trying to like gap together, close information together, if you know what I mean, in between the gaps in my own knowledge. But if you don't mind, next live stream I'll be asking away.
Yeah, sure.
Sure, absolutely.
We're kind of asking for that, so yeah, sure. That's
I'll make
the
you regret
purpose, yeah.
that.
But yeah, that's the purpose. If I'm not mistaken, I did already 3 or 4 streams privately here on Discord. And the first one, actually, I'm lying. I think my first one ever was on Geo. One day that I was Thank you guys. Don't have a mic on this PC. Couldn't join voice. Okay, no problem. I think
You have an excuse, cucumber eater.
the first one was actually on Geo, and then I never did anything there ever again, and that's when I just focused on this Discord. But I remember the first one we had like I think it was just 4 people or 5 people, and people are asking questions all the time. Even though it was a little bit less people, it was a lot more interacting, and I think that those people learned a little bit more than probably just hearing me out, you know. And even in terms of see you later, Igor.
To you.
Even in
Nice
terms
to meet you, Igor.
of sorry, even in terms of even for taking clips, uploading to YouTube and everything, for anyone who is maybe not on the Discord and maybe will then see the YouTube clips, those people will probably learn more, because the questions that you may ask are probably the questions that any other newbie, or even if it's not a newbie, an intermediate trader, whatever, will probably also ask. So if you guys ask questions, you will probably ask the same question that someone is thinking but not asking.
Yeah, absolutely.
When is the next live stream? That's a very good question. I have a deadline that Andre is fucking my head up for me to complete, and I'm not sure if I can. Because I have stuff to deliver on the 16th, so in theory I have to finish them by the 15th of December.
Kazoo, let me give you a complex answer to that. We've been like 2 hours talking about price, and if you look at TradingView, price is on the y-axis. You have 2 axes, the x-axis and the y-axis. The y-axis is price, and we have not talked about the x-axis. The x-axis is time, and time is incredibly important in trading. And time is what oftentimes you do not see covered on any YouTube place or
very true.
even books on trading. So I would like to cover time. What does this mean?
Touche.
This means that there are particular times, like the markets are open 24/7 for crypto or forex, at least, or with electronic trading, every market is open 24/7 these days. So, but there are better times to trade. There are several times during the day where it's better to trade. I was going to talk to Andre. We haven't not talked about this yet, but I was going to talk to him about maybe we could figure out to be present and do the live streams at good market hours. So
Yeah,
we
sure.
could pick some trades together. We could be teaching and learning about price during the time that is best to be here. And that's usually on the handover of a session to other, from Asia to London, London to New York. There are several times during the day. So it would really depend. I think we could, we should ask maybe on the chill zone or whatever, Andre, I don't know, but ask what's the best time for most people to be here. And
sure. I can make a
or,
poll.
yeah, and make options with, I will get some timings and see when people is free, most people. Because
Yeah,
I
and
think
choose one of the.
it would be more interesting than doing it now, because for example, right now, it's not really, there's nothing much on the market.
Yeah.
Although, having said that, I'm here every day, Kazoo, so, and Andre is here every day, so we can talk every day,
I'm
really.
here every day, yeah, but I have kind of a restricted section of the day in terms of time where I can stream, and it's generally when I'm off work. Hence the reason why I have been streaming around 11 p.m. or something like that.
What do you want to hear about, Kazoo? So,
Yeah, by the way, just what's your
because we need to
current
talk about
level
topics.
actually? Like
I don't want,
what do you
I
know
don't,
about trading and
yeah,
price
exactly.
action? What are
I
your
don't,
current concepts?
I don't want to sound like a broken record, but if I know where you guys are at, it's easier for me to pick.
How
Like
many
I gave an introduction today about a lot of things. Now we could dive into more detail about a particular thing.
I'm wanting I leverage entries and exits.
Yeah, look, you
That
just
kind of
said,
thing.
the magic word. You just said a magic word. You know, I created a calculator to do a lot of stuff on to do proper entries and exits. What if I tell you that higher leverage is better than lower leverage? Does anyone ever told you that?
That's what I believe. It makes sense to me.
Because it's true. If you know
Yeah.
what you're doing, and you know your exchange, that actually can be something we can talk about on the next day. I can share the calculator on screen and show you a few things about leverage.
Don't forget that you are only sharing your TradingView app, so you
Yeah,
have
I
to
know, I
change
know.
it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but I'm not
sorry.
good.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Yeah, sure, Yelena.
I'm Yelena, and first time talking here. I'm sorry, I have a little bit of a cold, so my voice might be low.
No problem.
And I'm sorry if I'm coughing. But who is talking right now? Because I cannot see. Who was sharing the chart?
So yeah, actually, I haven't
Because I missed a lot.
properly
I just
introduced
joined
you
a few minutes
guys,
ago.
but AFMC, his name is also Andre. We're both from Portugal. He's basically like my secret weapon in trading. Whenever I'm in doubt, that's the guy I ask questions about. So we have been very good friends for quite some time, and actually he's one of the persons. What the fuck? One of the people that actually motivated me a lot to start this project and start trading for real. But yeah, basically it doesn't have a webcam, I think.
Well, I do. I just prefer not to. I'm not a YouTuber. I started, Yelena, maybe you were not here in the beginning. I started by saying I'm not a YouTuber. I don't intend to be a YouTuber. So
Yes,
So
I did. I was not in the beginning. I just joined like maybe 15 minutes ago.
I might turn on the webcam some other day. But I'm not a child. I'm not. That child is me, actually. That's not internet. That is me.
yeah, how old were you in that picture?
I have no fucking idea. I don't know.
Because you
6,
know
maybe?
you're already kind of stylish, the pose and everything, you know.
Oh, that's you in the picture. I was wondering who is that kid sitting
Yeah,
over there?
It is me. It is
Okay,
me.
it was you.
Many years.
okay. I
Like,
will not judge a book by its cover.
what?
Okay.
You didn't
So
think
how?
you didn't think a 6-year-old could trade?
Well, well, I have one upstairs, 5 years old. She probably can mess up some of my traits, that's for sure.
Yeah.
You
You
should
never
bring,
know. Maybe you have a little famous trader in your hands.
you should bring him or
But
her here, so you can start teaching. So
Well,
tell me, what
if
he's
someone
what is
starts
not
learning
good.
trading right from 5 or 6 years old, you know, he's bound to be successful, you know.
I don't think she will have a choice.
Probably, yeah.
So how I understand, you use Elliot traits, Elliot waves.
See you later,
uh,
Kazoo.
yeah, I do use Elliott waves to give me sort of
Direction.
direction.
Yeah.
Yes. As I was saying, imagine yourself being in the middle of the ocean, having nothing.
Mhm.
You do not know where you're going if you don't have a heading. You might get lucky just swimming one way or the other, but if you do have a heading, you have a purpose, you have a goal, you have an
Yeah,
objective.
yeah, almost like a
And
compass.
Elliott waves help you
That's one
with,
reason why I love Elliot waves. That's
yeah.
it. But for example, right now for many coins, we are kind of in between wave 4 and maybe starting wave 5. So until we can validate that it is not wave 8, for example, we still can be in a higher degree wave B
Hmm.
and still can come down on wave 4. And
Yes.
then it's only if support will hold for that, then we
Yeah.
might have a chance at wave 5. And
Yes.
lots of coins are in this range now.
Well,
Uh,
I do not check any other coins other than Bitcoin. So I don't know
They're
if
like on break it to make it now. That wave 4, if they hold or not, basically. If
yeah.
they,
okay.
because usually in the wave 3, we are in a bullish market, we usually have very shallow retracement to 382 or even one before, but
Yeah, I've been talking
like
tonight about that. I've been talking tonight about that.
Yeah, the current idea is that we are
On the wave
intended
4.
intended to finish the wave 4. And right on the beginning, I will upload this to YouTube later. But right on the beginning, I was talking about some levels that are probable uh, for just this small correction very locally that we were talking about. But then, well, I just need to see where it ends. Price just needs to develop in order for them to check out where the ABC will take us. Very locally speaking, I mean. Uh, I was going to tell you, Andre, that we
Speaking,
have just tapped one of the big trades that we talked about. Just tapped at
yeah,
41,960.
This
With
is no bueno for the idea I was getting before this because it's already retracing too much
yeah,
for my liking.
we do
Uh,
have several levels below from where we could potentially long, but I think I don't know, they just seem kind of risky.
For me, support 4 in wave 4 is 236, 382, and 5. So it's 39, 250, 36, 300, and 44, 073. And that's would be the C in wave
S-
4.
So, but you're suggesting that we are now in the wave 4, Elena? Or that we are
Most
starting it?
likely. Well, we will not know that until we break 40,000. That's
if I start counting from here and I look at this way,
15 minutes, kind of hard for that. Yeah.
we have micro support that we touched already, and we have like a lower degree.
now the thing is, does this work? One, two, three, 4, 5. Yes, it does. A, B, C. Makes sense. Now, do we have an impulse here? The problem with this move, I have a big issue with this move
I know what you're going to say.
because I don't see any structure. Like A, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is a very complex 4.
Yeah.
Maybe, but it can be a very complex 4. The problem is we SFP there, so this cannot be. Okay, wait.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Because of the volume.
I can't draw here like we do on Lark every day. I think not.
But this is
Can we?
crazy anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Because I was going to say where you have
This is a disgusting wave. Disgusting. But the reality, the reality, and we need to be driven by facts. Does this invalidate any rule? No, it doesn't. It's ugly as fuck, but I see no invalidation here.
Okay. I was going to say to draw a TR pocket from the low, the first big candle, to its correction, like
Here?
we usually do.
Here?
Yes, there.
Two? Here?
Yeah. Go down there. What the fuck? Look where you draw your fourth. Guys, you don't have the inside joke, but we have been doing this on private calls, and every time Andre draws a random level of an Elliot wave, it always matches with one of the TR pockets or a level that I tell him. And it seems
Yeah.
most of the times it seems random, and then it makes sense.
Now let's see something else. Oops. One, two, 1, 2, 3.
SFP,
Oh
clear
wow,
the highs.
very nice.
Can it
Very
be?
nice.
Would it make sense that way in an Elliott wave?
It would it would be fucking it would be crazy, but yeah. And I like
You mean crazy in the sense of being rare?
yeah, in the sense of this being ugly as fuck.
Okay.
But we are decreasing in volume, which tells me it's wave 4. It's and we have
Let me
and we
take a
have
look while you see that. Let me take a look at CVD.
and we're having 1, 2, 3, possibly. Uh, I don't like it, but I don't have to. Price doesn't need to do whatever I want. And there's something nice. This support here, confluence with the EMAs. The 200 and the 800 is coming, which would be huge resistance, hopefully.
Where's the
We're also
VWAP?
we're also coming to the premium of the premium. So yeah,
Where's the VWAP?
could be, could be, could be, could be. Like the VWAPs,
Oh,
right?
actually, no. Activate that chart champions so that we can also see where the PD VWAP is. Yeah, the first one. Oh, we're right below it now. Okay. So that should serve as a temporary support. From the zoom out, please. Now go left a little bit. Where you have your top of the wave 2.
Wait. Let me see. Um, am I blind? Where is the VWAP? This?
Yeah, because that they started recent. Oh, change to UTC. VWAP functions a lot better in UTC. And by the way, that's the reason I use that UTC.
No, it doesn't. Why would it work better in a different time frame? In a different time zone? Doesn't change anything. Man, the fuck?
Go to the settings and activate the one that says 2D.
Okay.
Click OK. And if you don't mind, please activate an anchored view up from your wave 2 top.
From my wave to top here.
Yeah, but change the preset to a bearish one. Right click it and change the preset, the template. Bear. Okay.
Okay, confluence in the same area.
Yeah. Okay. I was going to check CVD. Basically, there's practically no interest
In the price going
in
up.
this upwards move. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
that's good.
paste it on the Discord chat.
That's what we want to see. We want to see volume coming down on this move up, meaning people are not interested in price coming up. Open interest should be closing as well. We can actually
Check your Discord chat.
just a second, please.
Remove that Bing X filter.
I'm long, Andre, from 40, 250. What point are we looking for a reversal? Can't really see.
Sorry,
First
Can
of
you-
all, great entry, kind of ballsy. Congrats.
I'll show you
Um,
me P&L. I'll post it on there.
250. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's it on chat now, Andre.
oh wow.
Did you
There you
limit
go.
in? Did you limit in on the SFP?
Yeah, I'd
Ballsy.
laddered in. Yeah, I laddered in a couple of entries. It got me first one and missed my second one.
Congrats. Good job. Again,
Well done.
ballsy, but good job. It's
Make
Yeah, well,
money.
no,
those
it-
kind of trades are always amazing when they work. When they don't, it's just well, fuck.
I thought it were going to come back down, so I took partial profits too early, and I wish I'd let them ride a little bit more ride. I just panic. I'm brave when it's going down. When I'm in red, I'm brave, but when it's green, I start panicking.
Oh man.
Can't control myself.
But I feel you, man. Totally understand that. Been there too many
And
times.
you put money in your pocket, so you should be happy about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm still not profitable yet because I keep gambling. I just keep I overtrade.
Yeah,
I'm
that trade
chasing
in
losses.
itself is kind of a gamble, you know.
You know,
Yeah.
trading is educated gamble.
In terms of where to take profits right now, I would at least take 50% of it right now. Because we stopped at well, we have been looking into a strategy using an Atis indicator. And so far it's looking, well, let's just say it's looking extremely interesting. And we just tapped into one of the levels that is supposed to offer at least some kind of resistance. So right now I would take at least 50%, but what we're looking into is actually going to those highs. First, I would say for two reasons. The first one is that curve down to where you entered is just a liquidity curve. It looks ugly. It needs fixing. But other than that, it's just stacked highs and equal highs, so it's liquidity waiting to be taken. Even if we are to go down, I would say that's a good target to close it. Sorry, even if we are to go up a little bit more, I would say that's a good target to close it.
Thought we were going to go higher. I thought this was a reverse. I thought this was a continuation.
Well, if you
And
look at,
another leg.
I've been preaching this practically on every post that I make. I have always been talking about CVD and open interest. It's extremely important to understand where price is actually probably going, or where there is actually interest in going. Have a good night, Yelena. Sleep well. So the thing here is that even though we are going up a bit, and even though we had a green vector there is practically no interest in terms of new positions opening, and you can see that if you look at the screenshot that I shared on the this channel's chat.
Yeah.
It's really low. For what it has come up, it should be a lot more open interest than what it is right now. So whatever, if we do make a move up, it's just because of shorts closing.
Right.
really-
Short squeeze.
May I say that I really like this idea? We grabbed liquidity down here,
Yeah.
and now we grab liquidity up here, and we reverse right here. So we would have taken sell side liquidity, buy side liquidity, and we're ready to do a market structure shift and enter somewhere around here.
Right.
Yeah, would make a lot of sense. The
It
big
does.
trades that I was talking about, Andre, is from 41.96 41.959. Mark it there, please. Just for
41.
41.959. Just for us to see where that's it.
And 41.
And 42.005. Did we tap that? We tapped that.
Yes, we did.
That's kind of crazy. Can you drag that to the left and see if there was an order block or anything that we could have used instead of just using the Atos? Just for comparison. So nothing there. Just wicks. Yeah, it does look like a support resistance zone, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kind of. But it's really interesting that it just tapped it to the fucking dollar.
Where was it created?
It was, I'm gonna tell you in UTC time.
Yeah.
It was a bearish candle at 1450 UTC.
I put it there. I put it one candle away.
What?
I
Oh,
had
you
it.
did it by accident? Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's the one.
Mm-hmm. So
just for context, oh, by the way, guy that have the super
Andre,
cute dog with the
Yeah,
Christmas. What's your name?
Andy.
Andy. Okay, because I never knew your name, but we have been talking forever on streams.
Pardon.
Just for context, what we're talking about is an indicator that shows when a specific number of trades happened. So in that case, more than 150 Bitcoin was sold in that candle. So it's not necessarily an order block or anything. It's just a point in price where there was more than 150 Bitcoin sold at the same time in market orders. And that price then, when coming back to it, has a reaction to it. And it's interesting to see it because one is something that no one sees unless they use ATAS and my specific settings. And two, you wouldn't look at it. Look at that area. You wouldn't expect price to stop there. It's just like the middle of a wick. You wouldn't expect nothing there. That's not a block or a resistance. That's
You
nothing.
look at my screen, Andre?
Yeah, I'm saying the pattern, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Candle below, candle above.
Candle close below, candle close above, candle close below, and touch.
Yeah. I'm not expecting it to stop going up, to be honest. But it is nevertheless interesting to see this happening frequently. And by the way, we have the most recent candle with that situation, in this case a green one, was from 41,785, it's a wick, to 41,690.
What were you saying? Sorry.
41,785. 41,685.
What is this?
It's a green one.
Okay.
But in this case, it was
When was it built?
yeah, I was going to say midnight 25. It's the red vector. Yeah, that one. It's funny that it will be the end of the vector.
It would be crazy if it does this.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
This is a great entry.
Could be, yeah. Let's see. But also, if it is to continue... Oh, wait, we talked about using...
Sorry, Andre, we should make a disclaimer. Guys, what you're seeing right now...
This is extremely experimental.
This is research and development. Okay, so...
Yeah.
Financial advice.
But we also should say that 100 RR trade was based on this. Because that was a fucking crazy trade. But yeah, that would be interesting. We have more in that area. But the only green ones... Well, the bigger green one is there. But I can show you. I'm gonna put it on Discord, the chat. As you can see, we have a lot more in that area.
There's something else that is attracting me to this. If this actually falls, you're gonna have both EMAs here to hold the price.
Okay.
So very interesting.
I would like it to do like...
Because this is gonna do this. This is gonna do this.
Yeah.
And if price does this...
I was going to say, it would be nice for it to sweep the liquidity of that last pivot before going up. Almost like an SFP. No, the lowest one.
This one?
That one, yeah. Like do an SFP of that. Just react to the big trades then as a retest. And then continue. because a lot of the times when you SFP a level, right, you always have a reaction, even if it's a very small one, but you usually do. So react to that change of character. In this case, would be a change of character. And yeah, possibly look for a short in that area, that big trade area. So, listen, if I need to leave because I'm gonna have mentorship at 7:30. Need to sleep. But
Thank you for your time, guys.
Yeah, it's late. We should all go. And tomorrow.
Tomorrow's a new day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I'm gonna have the mentorship at 7:30. If you want, we can take a look at the charts after that. I generally don't use more than 1 hour for the mentorship, so around 8:30 or so I'm free, and I'll be free for maybe like another hour before I have to go to work.
Okay, guys, it was really nice to be with you for the first time. Please hit me up with what you want us to talk about, topics. That's welcome. So we can have more proficuous talks. And I will see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Have a good
Appreciate
night,
it.
guys.
Thank you.
No
Bye-bye.
problem. Bye-bye. See you
Bye-bye.
tomorrow.
Thank you.